Hi everyone, in this demo we're going to analyze a contract. We're going to extract specific information from our contract. So we're looking, for example, to extract different clauses, different governing laws, and also want to identify different signals or important information that we would like to extract from our contract. So to get started, we're going to move to go to the workflow on the left side here. And we're going to create a new workflow. So I've already created a workflow for this demo. It's called contract workflow. And we're going to open it in a few seconds. So this workflow, as I mentioned in my previous videos, allows you to basically add different services together to analyze different aspects of your documents. So that could be a contract, an invoice. In this demo, we're going to focus on contracts. So for this workflow, I've actually added the custom extractor. So again, the custom extractor here allows you to add fields and extract specific entities from your document. So in this case, I have added termination clause that I'd like to extract. These are paragraphs talking about the termination clause, indemnity clause, confidentiality clause. I'm going to add here like party names. We're going to add also governing law, if any. And the next service is after we extract all these fields, we also want to do some analysis of the different clauses inside the contracts. So for that, we're going to use the ChatGPT service. So this basically calls the OpenAI API to analyze our documents. So here we can actually prompt it and ask it what we want to do with the documents. So in this case specifically, I ask it to analyze the contract and answer a few questions. So what we're doing now is we're doing some question answering task. So the questions I'm interested in is there a non-compete clause in this contract? What are the requirements for confidentiality? Is there any termination? Is the termination clause fair? I mean, this one is a little bit subjective, but it's for the demo purposes, so we're gonna put it. Are there any travel expenses? Are they reimbursed or not? And at the bottom here, I give it the contract. So as you can see here, I added this input text variable, which is basically the content of my PDF or the documents that I concatenate or add to my prompt. And also we can also add or chain different ChatGPT services. So for example, in this case, we can also do summarization. So we can ask it summarize the contract below. And here we're going to give it again the input text variable, which takes basically the content of my documents and add it to the prompt. And we're going to call this summarizer. And that's it. So this is our workflow. It does some custom extraction for us, plus some summarization and question answering on the document. Now we are ready to go. So we're going to press save. And we're going to basically go back to our project. So I've already created the project, which is already attached to the workflow. Now all I have to do is kind of re-upload my document and add my contract to it. So here I'm going to look for my contract. I have it right here, contract example. We're going to open that. And then we're going to extract. So here, what we're doing, it's the same flow. So we are first processing the documents through OCR. We are reading the text. We're going to then send it to our custom extractor to identify the different fields. And then we're going to send it over to the ChatGPT to answer some questions on it, and then to summarize it as well. So that's going through the entire workflow right now. So... Okay, so now the workflow is done, or the process is done. So we're going to go ahead and check what the results are. So we can open our file. And as you can see here, we can see on the right side the party names that has been extracted. So it identified John Doe in this case as a party name. It also identified different termination clauses. So if we click on that, we can see basically the termination paragraphs that has been highlighted. So this has been extracted using the custom extractor service without training any models. And then we can see the indemnity clause that has been identified correctly. So if we open that, click on that quickly, we can see that this is actually the indemnification section. So it identified correctly the paragraph from our 10 pages. The governing law also is identified. As you can see here, the agreement shall be construed under the laws of the state of California. So it has been correctly identified. And now we can see also the output of each ChatGPT service that we have added to our workflow. So the first one is the clause or the basically the question answering service. So we ask it, is there a non-compete clause? And it says there's no mention, which I believe is correct in this case. Are there any requirements? So it actually provided the answer for that as well. Is the termination clause fair? So it did its analysis to tell us if the termination clause was fair or not. The termination clause in the contract allows for termination by either party. The commission can terminate the agreement convenes by giving the consultant. So here it does its own analysis. Are the travel expenses reimbursed? Here it says the contract does not explicitly state the travel expense will be reimbursed or not. However, it states that transportation and subsistence costs shall not exceed the rates. So this is kind of correct analysis that has been made by the GPT model. And this can be editable as well. So if you would like to export this out later on, you can actually edit this as well directly on our platform. So as you can see, we were able to extract not only the entities of interest, such as the termination clause, but also we're able to analyze it and get answers about our questions using the LLM. So this is really the power of this application is you could combine different aspects of AI. You can basically add the extraction part, and also you can do the reasoning layer or add the reasoning layer to it using the LLM. So this way you can get a comprehensive analysis of your documents. And you can do this at scale. So it doesn't have to be just one document like we're showing this demo. You can actually upload hundreds of contracts at once and then be able to extract all this accurate information that you can later on store in your database or you can simply download, and you can do some extra queries on it or analysis afterwards. And that's it for this demo. So I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please let us know. And until next time.